carrying on with the comparisons that we've got between the two cars, obviously of similar level but different ages.
Definitely different ages.
We're looking at what we're effectively getting interior. So you'll notice we've got a little bit of a thing there. We've got a bit of an experiment going as well. So we've got 360-degree vision. So once we get that video processed, you'll be able to look at that and obviously look around the car as well. So,
It's all too much technology for me.
So, this is the base spec ST line, isn't it?
You can't get no lower of an ST line than this. Basically, you're going upwards from this, opting for bigger screens and things like that. The
screen surrounds the same size.
Yeah, I mean,
it?
this is a 6. You see, I say 6. If Ford get very technical, they say 6.5.
Yeah.
But it's only corner-to-corner screen size. Basically, because you're not paying for any options with this sort of standard car. The X1, obviously, you get half leather seats, red inserts, bigger screen. If you opt for it, you don't always get it, but you have to sort of spec it. And also CD player, but again, it's one thing you have to get on the ticking list.
So, by comparison to the base spec Fiesta, so let's not bother about we're not bothered about the exterior and the running side. For the interior, compared to the base spec Fiesta, what have we got that's in effect extra?
Well, I'll tell you what I find. We all know it looks very close to the ST, but also there's things that I've noticed, actually having a sneaky look at some STs at garages. Things like the carbon fibre on this, exactly the same as what you'll get in an ST. Right. No different shade of darkness or lightness to it or anything. I've seen a few STs and it's exactly the same. So you're getting a sort of thing like that. This one, obviously, you've no heated seats or any sort of dual climate control things like you will get with the ST ones and that.
But what about the base spec Fiesta itself?
Now, heading down to the base Fiesta, you get a slightly smaller screen on some of them.
Okay, so like
fractional.
Fractional, but
yeah, not noticeable really, but some are. You go right down to the core one, and you don't get things like the built-in sat nav and stuff with them.
Right.
Some are very basic.
So basically, it turns into a screen.
Yeah, it's nothing but a little entertainment screen and that.
Yeah.
Also, we do know Ford obviously come with a standard heated windscreen and all that, so you'll get that across the board. Yeah. I have heard even odd one or two of them don't even have aircon.
Right, so you're basically just a manual.
Yeah. Because this is a sort of partial sort of a climate thing. It's got all its usual. If you bang it up full, your aircon comes on instantly and things like that. Yeah. But the thing about Fords, some you get with features on which they may not have meant to have been on, and vice versa with others are lacking some things. So it's a bit of a swings and roundabouts. You are basically getting a bog standard Fiesta with this. It's just slightly garnished.
Yeah.
With things just to take it to that ST line level.
And aircon standard.
Yeah. I mean, I will say slightly garnished. I mean, the things that they do pop on is obviously racing pedals, which a standard Fiesta would have the normal flat pedals. Yeah. Don't even think it'd have a dead foot pedal, actually. You wouldn't have anything like that.
Right.
You wouldn't have none of this carbon fibre. You would have a standard, probably, like Ford used to do, this like piano black trim and things like that. You wouldn't get nothing like that. I don't even think you get a centre speaker on the dash like you do with this.
Oh yeah, you mean you can't see that at the moment because there's everything in the way.
So simple things like headrest. This has got a small headrest in the middle. I don't think you get things like that.
One thing I've noticed, I mean, you've got the Isofix there for child seats.
Yeah.
That seems to come as sort of a more of a standard thing.
They seem to be doing this standard across the range with the Fiestas, I think, actually. All of them come with a 60/40 split seat, same size boot across the range. There's no different there. Seats, well, these seem to be actually, I'd say, the standard shape of Fiesta seats. The only difference is they are comfy, they are supporting to a point, and they come with a bit of stitching just to brighten things up and a bit of a contrast on the fabric and stuff. Right. But basically that's it. I do know there's tons and tons of trim levels for the Fiesta. They've gone a bit like what they did with the Transit, if you remember at one time. You could go stupidly overboard with tons and tons and tons of different trim level. Yeah. Your sort of Z-Tech Fiesta going upwards, you can spec on the exterior different coloured roofs and wing mirrors and things like that. You could actually do it with this. I could have had a black roof and black wing mirrors. But it's all at cost, and it's all of remembering to tick the option boxes.
Room in the back is actually pretty good.
It's not bad. I mean, to say it's a 3-door, yeah, a lot of people always opt for the 5-door versions for easy access, getting in and out easy. But for me, I only needed a 3-door. I will say something. No one yet ever has sat on them back seats, and I've nearly had the car 2 years. Unless when we went for a service or out like that, they all decided to sit on the back. But no, technically no one has.
Yeah, but you've got no friends.
But this is it. This is it. This is why it's a 3-door. No, I mean, it just shows a 5-door would be wasted on me in the Fiesta form or any form at the moment, because it's doors I wouldn't ever be hardly opening, or not a load of people getting in the back and things like that. So it just shows I chose the right
one for you.
The right one for me, for what I needed at the time. Now, don't get me wrong. If a car came along that I wanted and the only way you could have it is in a 5-door, fair enough, that's what it'd be.